Hello, and welcome back to Oolykee Gaming, and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic Mod Monday. Today we have trucks, Hungarian trucks, nice buildings, and recycling infrastructure. Infrastructure. Anyway, in last 7 days there was around 30 mods. I think it's exactly 30 released since I made the last video. These are just some that caught my eye, and they're really beautiful. Billman 007 and the residential building type 123-87-107. I present to you Pack Residential Building Series. As we mentioned before, this series is a block analog of other buildings. Buildings were developed and designed by Donbass Grazdan Projekt, architect of the original yada. Houses were series were built in Mariupol, Donetsk, Krivoy Rog, Evpatoria, and Simferopol. Right, so that would be mostly Eastern Ukraine. Today is Eastern Ukraine, so that's an interesting set of buildings. I'm gonna be checking it out myself. They're really beautiful. Unfortunately, this is just a personal pet peeve of mine. They're 84% quality of apartments, and plus degradation that can happen. I wish they were a little bit higher. I think the happiness of people living inside the buildings will degrade, and the happiness of people will go down really fast because of the quality of apartments, and then degradation of the building itself, wear and tear, degrades the apartments further. So I would give them more than 90%, but this is the only thing that I have negative to say about it. They're really beautiful, really clean. You can see that they are not imperfect. Like looks like almost every single one of these concrete blocks is a different design, like different features. Like in real life you would have the difference between them, and they look absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, what about the price tag? So let's go and check them in all the way in the back. So we have the 300 people at 16,000 rubles. This is quite affordable compared to vanilla one. 168, 9,000 rubles. That is actually a little bit cheaper than vanilla ones. 179 with 14,000 rubles, and they are a little bit bigger. I think apartment size wise they fit perfectly. Price wise I would make them a little bit more expensive because they seem to be a little bit cheaper than vanilla ones, but this is just my 2 cents. Link in the description of the video. Leica 521 and Rába FK and S trucks. There's a huge amount of trucks, by the way, just a heads up. I'm gonna just present a couple of them. They are Hungarian Raba manufactured. They're a big deal in the Balkans. I remember seeing a lot of these trucks back in the day, before 90s. Even to this day there's a lot of these trucks still around. So this is a really beautiful and, for me, special trucks. I really like them, and I'm gonna be using them myself. They're a little bit on a clean side, I have to say. It would be nicer if we saw some, like the green is really looks like brand new. Some of these reds as well doesn't seem too realistic, but that's just my 2 cents. Also, I did not find where these belong. This is just a race truck. I don't see where you can actually what you can use it for, because maximum speed 160 kilometers per hour. That's a quite it doesn't transport anything. That's a weird one about this. I'm not sure where to find it, by the way. But let's go and check out all of them. You can find them by scrolling all the way in the back. Or you have specialized trucks for transporting cover hull, open hull. Most of them you will find there. But some of these open hulls that look like they need a trailer, I couldn't find them where they are. They're not under personal cars, but let's go and let's check it out. So we have 10 trucks over here. You can see here we have, this one looks like it's, actually I have no idea what these ones are for. You can see that they don't have any capacity. Then you have the covered hulls over here. That's pretty straightforward. Open hulls, sorry, these are dumper trucks. We have a crop transport. This is something that I'm really interested in. 11-ton capacity. I'm not 100% sure if they could carry 11 tons like this, but that's definitely a decent amount. And then we have big ones with 18 tons. Maybe. And I'm thinking that I'm going to be using these parallel to my kolkhoznik, or whatever it's called, the Soviet one. And then you have these ones that they again don't have any capacity. They look like a race trucks, but they're not under personal cars, and I couldn't find them anywhere else. So unfortunately. I don't know where they actually belong, so probably that's for export if you want to produce them in your truck manufacturing. But anyway, what about the price tag? We can check the price tag real quickly. Price tag would be compared to the dumper trucks. Let's go dumper trucks. They have the capacity of, you can see here, 8,000, 10,000, the biggest ones 23 tons. They are 10,000 rubles, 8,300, compared to something similar would be, they're more expensive. They're definitely more expensive than the KMZs or Kamaz trucks here, so definitely not a cheaty mode. More details, link in the description of the video. Iron Scraper by Mr. Novo. Process scrap metal for use in your existing steel plant, employs 10 workers, and can process 20 tons of scrap per day. Added aluminum scrapper. So these are the scrappers that are producing from your metal scrap. They're producing the iron. They're just disassembling, I think, grinding it up or something, and then you can connect this to your steel mill and actually process it in steel. This makes more sense than actually converting metal scrap into steel, so I really like the way this functions. Also, you have the same thing for aluminum, which gives you aluminum scrap that can be then turned into the aluminum. You can see here maximum, the aluminum oxide is what you get here from aluminum scrap. So you get 20 tons of aluminum scrap, you get 30 tons of aluminum oxide, which you need to then convert into the aluminum in the aluminum processing. Right, these factories, they're obviously really small, and they're usually used just to grind it down. So let's go and check out the price tag of these. You can see here 7,500 for the iron scrapper and same price for the aluminum. We can compare it to kinda we can compare it to the steel recycling, which is 31,000, and then we have aluminum recycling 17,000, but these are just grinding it down. They're not really processing it into aluminum over here, so I think it's quite realistic if you want to use something like this. Anyway, for more details, link in the description of the video. Serega and metal warehouses, description in Russian. Okay, I'm not gonna be butchering this. A small number of warehouses made of metal, 300, 700, and 1,500 tons. You can see here we also have this loading and unloading bay that kind of fits with these warehouses. It's part of this structure, but it can be used for faster loading and unloading, even though you have decent amount of loading and unloading. You can see here that everything that you might want here is actually presented here. It's just a warehouse. It's covered warehouse. It's not for the steel boards and aluminum and some such. It's for the normal materials that you have, and these are this bright. Yes, in real life they also look this bright. I remember a couple of those sprawling out where I used to live, and they are quite common in these color schemes as well. There's a separate mode that adds different skins, but this is what you get with this model. What about the price tag, I hear you ask? Price tag 8,000, 16,000, 36,000. We can try to compare this to vanilla if we go for covered hulls. We have Robs now one. I think they're pretty comparable. You can see here 31,000, 41,280 crops, 31,000, and one more time we have the biggest one, 36,000 for a similar amount, so definitely not a cheaty mod. Link in the description of the video for more details. Hotkey and House-glassful. Here you can get houses by the project of 9683/17. They can function as a residential, dormitory, or hotel. One-story annex is used for as a public needs, cafe/shop. It is built over a main building. See the screenshots. Binding and common. This is really interesting and really good. I'm gonna demonstrate all of this stuff here. I'm not gonna go into too much details, but I'm gonna show you how this works. I actually like that it's designed like this. You can see here on one of the models where exactly the shop should go, and that would be opposite from this staircase that is entrance to the building. But they have different entrances. Look at this one, how it looks like, really nice. Compared to this one that has normal ones, and you can see here also kind of a normal broad entrance. And what are these two? This is the student dormitory. That's nice. And then we have here the normal residential building, 90% living quality. This is really, really, really nice. I really like this. And also you can see here shops. You cannot really use them on their own because obviously they're not, they look like this. I think it would be nicer if it was finished all the way, and then, you know, you can still push them in and fit them like they fit together, but you can put any of them anywhere. So this is the students university, right? Minimum government loyalty for students. Oh, this is dormitory for students. Wow, this is dormitory for students. No, this one here. No, these are the shops. That's my bad. So we have these two shops. This is a shop. It has the 20-ton capacity, and then we have this shop as well with a similar capacity. They built two of the same. Cafe house. I think there was an issue here. You can see here that this is a store for housing projects, and this is the cafe. This should be alcohol only. Looks like there's a problem with this one. And then you have this one. The whole building is the... Looks like yeah, this is the hotel itself. Yeah, this is the hotel that has this adjacent reception room, or maybe it's a restaurant in this case. Anyway, really, really beautiful project. I really love it. I'm gonna go and check out the price. You can see here 40,000 for 240 people living in there. That's perfectly legit because usually they're under 20,000. The vanilla buildings of the similar quality and kind of similar size. Okay, for more details, link in the description of the video. Drama Theater by Abel Jan Haik. Dramatic theater of Lerinakan, Armenia, employs 30 workers, accepts up to 300 visitors, has 3-star rating. Right, so this is a theater from Armenia. Again, Abel's focuses on Armenian architecture, which is really, really beautiful. And you can see here color scheme, brickwork that looks really, really nice. I'm actually ecstatic about this one. This looks like a grass. I'm not sure if this is a grass, but it looks like it. I love the details. Anyway, let's compare it to the vanilla one. So we have theater all the way here, Drama Theater, 61,000 rubles, 3-star rating, 300 capacity, and if we go for a theater, this is a 2-star-ish star rating, 2.4 star rating, 3 times smaller, 44,000 rubles. Size-wise, they're actually quite comparable, even though the Armenian one looks a little bit more basic. So definitely big thumbs up in my book. For more details, you have a link in the description of the video. We have a Hotkey and Station Building 16-or/H. This item contains a small station building representing the project's 16-/H. H is Hochbau building structure. The following objects are available: station with 1 track, 60 meters, station with 2 tracks, 80 meters, so both 1,000 passengers, station building for modular stations, town hall, bus station, 500 passengers. Using the link below, you can install 7 skins. Yes, there's also skins for this. Check geography. It doesn't say, but it is. Okay, so this looks almost exactly the same like the building in Oolykee's hometown. It looks like a train station, almost exactly the same. Of course, it's not the same, but here it says geography is Czech Republic, Austria, Ukraine, Italy, Slovenia, Poland, and Romania. Period 1891 to 1920s railway station. Yada yada yada. Reusable project places like this building. Oh wow, 100 basement, stone, wall material, brick. Okay, so these are the stations that we have. This is the, I believe this would be the town hall. This would be the one line train station. This is multiple line train station. This is Oolykee. Even though Oolykee is a dead end, it does have a lot of like 5-6 I think different train lanes. And then we have a bus station over here. I'm not sure about the bus station. It looks a little bit small. It does have only 2 vehicle bays, so it might be a little bit more challenging to put it in a bigger cities, but for smaller towns, definitely something quite useful. Anyway, how does it compare to vanilla? You have a building here, 8,000, 8,000, 8,000. That's how much they cost. They have 500 to 1,000 people capacity. We're gonna compare to the train platforms that we have. You can see here the both of them are price-wise, they would be comparable. Actually, I would put this even a little bit more expensive if possible, just because it's such a beautiful building. Anyway, quite realistic. Link in the description of the video. I give you HDR, or Hantsazino, Democratic Republic by Starshine. Following the end of World War III, 1949 to 1953, string of city-states were established within the militarized zone dividing NATO and WPO occupied zones. Some of these saw great success and investment during the International Council. Anyway, there's a whole history about this. This is beta version, no mods. 1960 stars suggested, populated map, which Oolykee likes the most. I like populated maps. You can see here we have some existing infrastructure. This is a big fountain. We have a train station. They're nicely separated from everything. Why are these all over? This graveyard or something? Maybe it's just abandoned part of the city. There's a story behind this. I'm not gonna go into this. You can see here NATO border on the other side, Hansan FHR, and then you have HDR. So this is like Eastern and Western Germany. Anyway, the population is at the moment 4,000. We had a couple of in our residential buildings, but let's say a couple of hundred. Let's say around 4,000 people will be population when you begin. Okay, the most important thing, let's check out the map. You can see here it's not big map. It's usually like a city-state around these islands. Oh, we have I didn't check this one out. Let's check out this little town here, and we're gonna check across. Nice, squarish. Your people start working straight away, so bear in mind that they're gonna be not happy if you don't provide them with everything that they need. And then we have Schweunj across the river over here with a church and a couple of other buildings. We have a passenger harbor as well. But anyway, really beautiful. Okay, resources, let's go and check that. You can see that they are quite plentiful. Most of them are outside of your borders, but all jokes aside, you can see here you have quite areas with quite rich but also quite poor coal source. Iron wise, a lot of it is under the sea, so some of it it's close to the NATO border, not really close to Soviet border, just a heads up on that. Oil-wise, oil is close to Soviet border, so that's something that you should probably focus on. And then you have the uranium ore, also really close to the city here, but that would cause a lot of pollution if you process it right there. And then bauxite is in the central area, also close to the Soviet border. Map is small, so everything is going to be close to the border, but that's also going to create, you know, its own challenges. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to say thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, press the like button. If you didn't, leave a nasty comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, notification bell, ring it, comment section, hit it, and if you want to support the channel, I have a description of the video. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Bye bye.